Good morning, everybody. So it's another day for the morning vlog. I just got in, and it's a national holiday here today. So I think it's Independence Day for this country. So let's get started. Now, SMD component repair, debug videos, fix-it videos. Now, I've been looking online, or I've actually been looking through my things that I've purchased a long time ago, and I had these DIY SMD kits. Now, I went through every single one of them I purchased back then. I used to do these to relax and just chill and practice. It's really nice. However, this one is really good. You can get them from Banggood for 3 of them for like $7. However, you could get even 10. But this is perfect. Let me show you this. Check this out. So it's basically SMD repair. You get resistors, capacitors, diodes, and basically ICs that are close to the F4 microcontroller units, which is these guys right here. And you get this little just baggie. It doesn't really matter. And you get this is very close to an F3 microcontroller unit and an F4 microcontroller unit. So the idea here is I'm going to show you different methods where we can solder these guys on in practice. But why do we only need one, you might say? Well, because you need to practice removing and putting on, removing and putting on, removing it and putting it on. Now, it's nice that it comes with 3 because I'm going to be showing 2 methods. One with regular solder and a soldering iron. Another one with the solder paste and the hot air gun. And another method with solder paste and a soldering iron, which is really nice, who cares what people say if you do that? It doesn't really matter. The only thing, you might say, okay, why don't we just do everything with solder paste? Well, you can. There's no problem. Now, solder paste melts at a lower temperature. I think around 250 degrees Celsius. So, but for these components, we don't have much heat to deal with, so I don't think your quad's gonna reach 250 degrees at all. I mean, it will reach around 100 degrees from my thermal testing when I was testing ESCs. It's insane. In 1 second, the area where the battery's plugged in reaches some insane temperatures, like 99 degrees Celsius, and then they just drop down within a second. So, I personally, if I were to design a flight controller, I'd stay away from that area for components that I know that are very vulnerable to such things, such heat. So that's something that was very important through the testing that I found. I'll be showing you these things also later on once I find a way to compile it, because it'll be, some videos are not really worth a full video. Some videos might be just take 30 seconds, And yeah, I just want to jam pack it with good information. And I like to jam pack these morning vlogs with some kind of good information, something you could learn through or apply to, or anything. I like to share some of the informations that I know or I've figured out. So these kits, I'll leave them linked down below. I truly do highly recommend if you're going to get into fixing, and also they're really great for practicing soldering, and they're really cheap, and they're really awesome. If you have patience and you really love this, you'll really enjoy doing them. If you don't have patience, you're gonna just break the board. And yeah, that's how it is. But I'm pretty sure most of the people that watch and are really interested really want to get into it. And it's really nice. And you're gonna need some tweezers. I'll leave a link to the things that I think you're gonna need. You don't really need much, just solder paste, these kits, and some tweezers, and you're good to go. Just keep practicing until you get it down. And once you get it down, make a video and just share your noob experience, to help other new people, because like I said, I'm a bit distant from the newcomer area, so sometimes I might just go over and just miss things that I should really say in the video. But I think everybody knows what I know. So that's one thing. And when you do that, leave it linked down below. I'll make a post about it, or I'll talk about it in a morning vlog to have people check it out. And yeah, I'm all for it, and I'm pretty sure it'll help a lot of people. And I really do enjoy watching other people. It's really interesting. Now, what else do we have? Well, the universe is back in its original form. And what do I mean by that? Well, the Flysky Nirvana was just released. I think it's called the Nirvana. So it's the underground FPV design, and Flysky manufactured it. And, you get all these, there's always a little controversy going there. And like always, we have Stu super happy about it. We have Kebab complaining about everything. And we have, I think Joshua Bartle still hasn't gotten, I'm sure he got one. We'll see. what he's gonna say about it. So it's gonna be pretty funny, pretty interesting. I couldn't watch his videos, too long. All I saw was the touchscreen, and I was like, ooh, it has touchscreen. That's awesome. But how awesome is it? Don't know, because the Turnigy Evolution had touchscreen, and it was nice when it came out because it was something new. But I mean, they came out like half-assed. I'm sorry to say it, but it was truly half-assed. I mean, 5 models, five. It was so freaking annoying. I still have it. The size, the form factor was really nice, but it was just, come on, like, really? I mean, you know, you get your little micros, you get the little cheap ones, and that's it, it's full. So that's something, you know, the gimbals are crap. Hopefully the new gimbals are good. If not, I truly do hope so. I can get one, and I can do some mods if the gimbals are crap. So that's something to look forward to. And the FrSky X-Lite, FrSky, if you're watching, please send me another one. I mean, I don't know if I broke it or it was broken. I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt, but I highly doubt I broke it, to be honest. I really, truly, highly doubt that I broke it, but I won't complain. Now, what else do we have here today? Well, today I'm going to do this thing, the kit, and we're going to do a build video. Yesterday I couldn't do the build video. Yesterday I did this thing here, was the Unbreakable mod. This is what I call Unbreakable mod. This is what I do on my favorite quads, because I don't have to keep looking for antennas and breaking antennas, and plus I don't fly far, so this is just perfect for me. I truly do love this. It's very good. Plus, like, if you don't want to wait for SMAs, you can just set this up and you're good to go, and then yeah, you're totally fine. So if you missed that video, it's like the video before this. What else do we have? Yeah, here's the DAL RC frame. Now, I'm thinking of something else. Now, I went ahead and built, if you guys remember, the F7 build, which had the Holybro F7 flight controller, the new one, and the TICO32 4-in-1 ESC, which is the V2 with the bigger capacitors. I still haven't even tested it on the bench here, so I don't know. It's supposed to be the same. I mean, I tested the capacitance. It's probably even possibly a tiny bit better, possibly. Now, this is just theoretical. But the thing is, I built that one on Jeb RC Mark II 7-inch, and I cannot tune the living hell out of it. I mean, you know, I remember when I first set that frame up, it did have some flex, and I had it on an MPU 6000 gyro. I basically salvaged that frame because I loved it, and I regret doing it because that flex in the arm is really affecting a lot of things. But you know, I really want to test that setup, but at the same time, I really want to make a filter video, you know, like Betaflight filters, PIDs. I mean, I sat that day for like an hour and a half trying to tune it. I just gave up. I said, screw it. I have other things to fly right now to test. So that's one thing. I'm going to be testing the Emax RS V2. I'm going to set them up. Actually, I'm not going to put it on a build, the new one, the 2306 2400 kV, which I thought I had the 2206 2400 kV. So I'm going to set that one up on the motor testing quad. So that's going to be set up on the motor testing quad. I'm going to try to go fly that very soon. What else do we have? Oh yeah, the Hakcrc Turbo F, is it Turbo? Yeah, Turbo F1. They're going to stop production. So if you wanted to pick some up, go ahead and pick some up. I have no idea about the F2s because they're releasing the new F2. It just has a microphone. I don't know if it's going to affect the latency. Obviously, the board's layout will be a little bit different. So yeah, so if you really wanted one of the fastest cameras, this is it in super latency wise. And I really want to get into the latency, and I want to build the least latency or the quad with the least amount of latency overall, from flight controller to ESC, from ESC to motor, from transmitter to receiver, from the camera to VTX, you know, I mean goggles. I really want to do that. That would be pretty cool, actually. That would be pretty nice. What else do we have? I do have a couple mods on the way. I'm thinking of a couple mods. A lot of you really like the idea of the smartwatch drone finder. So I think I'm going to have to go on Banggood, also get like, I can't afford the Samsung Frontier, to be honest, right now. It's running Tizen. It's not running Android. So I could start with a cheap Android watch because it's using Android Wear. Plus I could program, I already know how to program on Android basically. So Java, Android, I've done many applications before. That's what my profession was, a programmer. Python, Linux server, Linux system admin, network penetration, system penetration, ethical hacker certificate, all these things. This is what I used to do, and I got bored of it. and I still do it. Sometimes I get a little project here and there, but I try to avoid everything. I'm really sick of it. It's not that I hate, it's not that I'm bad at it. I'm actually, you know, when you're programming, you have to be very dedicated. I'm the type of guy that if I have an issue, if I would spend 1 full week or more debugging that issue, I would eat, poop, and sleep that issue until I get it fixed. And usually what happens is I get a dream that tells me how to solve an issue. Most of the time that really happens to me is because I'm so in it, and I just don't want anything to come in between me and these guys. So yeah, that's just something I thought I would just share out there. What else do we have? I wanted to do some other things. I want to do other projects. Like I want to get RC cars, and I want to get, yeah, I had an idea. I bought my son the other day, my older son. I bought him this Hot Wheels kit thingy. You know, I always used to see him when I was younger, which you put a car and the thing just launches it, and then, you know, it goes through. So it has this little thingy, and it uses big batteries, but it has like 2 wheels, 2 rubber wheels, where you put the car through and it just launches it. So I was taking a look at that. I actually wanted to steal it this morning, but I think I'm just going to go buy one for myself here. And what I want to do is set one up with a brushless motor. I'm not going to give it to him, obviously, probably kill somebody. But I really want to do that. I don't know why. There's no use for it. It's not useful for anyone. It's super dangerous if you do it for your kid. But I think it would be very fun and interesting. It's just my thing. It's like the kid in me, you know, and then just buy a bunch of those tracks, find them on very cheap, and then just build a huge track in here and just launch it, just big ass loop through the room, fly somewhere. There's no use for it, but I just want to do it for some reason. But it's gonna take a lot of time. But I at least want to do the launching part for some reason. That just looks so interesting for me. So I really want to bring it and take it apart. But I felt bad because yesterday me and him were playing with it. So I was going to steal it this morning. I was just looking at it. I was like, oh, I'm going to take you. But I felt bad. I looked at him. He was sleeping. I was like, no, I'm not going to do that. I just left it. And then I was like, maybe I'll go buy it later. Because today everything is closed. But yeah, we'll come back to that later. Hopefully I forget about that. And then unless you guys want to see that, it'd be pretty cool, pretty interesting. Let's see. What else do we have? Yeah. So the trend, 6S. I'm going to build a 6S setup. So I do have this Fly Tower, X Tower, this new one from Flycolor. It's supposedly a 6S setup, basically. It's a 6S stack, F4 flight controller, OSD, 4-in-1 ESC, rated up to 40 amps. Now 40 amps theoretical, not for 6S, so it's probably 30 amps 6S. It's probably 40 amps 4S, so it's a 3DS 6S stack. It's a really nice one. This was provided to me by Flycolor. So yeah, it's kind of soft mounted in a way. It has these little soft mounting thingies on it. So I mean, you know, we'll try it out. I mean, if someone's looking for some of that nature, this will be a good start. I contacted Airbot and I wanted some more ass guards. That sounds wrong for some people, but for me, I just don't care. I contacted him. He said they're going to stop production of the ass guards. However, they have an F7 ass guard or something of that nature. He said we could send you a couple. I said, send, yes, send, I want. So I'm going to try to get some of those in, or just 1 or 2. Hopefully, I'm going to try to push for 2, because I want to keep 1 for testing, and I want to keep 1 for a build. And then 1 just in case if I burn it. Or, yeah, burning it and then debugging it, because we have 1 to compare what could be the issue. Not that saying it's going to break, but you just never know. So that's something. Let's see, what else do we have here today? The QAV250, I didn't do the frame overview. It's still closed in the box right there. So yeah, I think I still don't even know what to build, to be honest. Well, at least we got the VTX now. So that's good in that perspective. We have camera right here. Stack. I think the stack on the new build, I still don't even know, because I just said the 6S. Either a 6S or a 4S. Life can be so difficult sometimes. I don't know what to do, guys. I have no idea. I need to build something today, though. I have to build something. I want to go back, because I used to do a build every week back then. It's a lot of work. That's why nobody does it. Everybody's lazy to do it. I can tell you that right now. It's a lot. It's a ton load of work. Editing, audio, and everything. It's quite a bit of work. And you have the microphone, the camera in your face. Right now, you guys don't see the camera, but usually when I'm recording, it's like this, and I'm just looking under it right here, and then I have to look on the camera. Sometimes it goes out of focus. Sometimes I have to redo the shot. Oh my god, it's a pain in the butt sometimes. I might just use my phone this time for the soldering. But it's a little bit easier, you know, because the screen is pretty large too. I can tell if it's actually focused or not. And that thing I really cannot. It's a really good camera though, that one. I think I traded it for something at the time. Oh yeah, if anybody has something they want to trade for, I'm down for it. Samsung S3 watch, hell yeah. Frontier, whatever. Note 9, Note 8, just email me. I'd love to try. I've done a lot of things, so I like trading. It's very fun, you know. So yeah, if you want to trade, or even a Yamaha R6 motorcycle, like a 2006, I don't have a problem. I'll give you like 10 quads for it. So I mean, I'm just kidding. I mean, but yeah, I'm actually thinking of getting a motorcycle, a Yamaha like R6, like a 600cc sport bike, maybe 2007, 2006, something of that nature. Not too expensive. And just setting up a helmet cam and a mic, and then sometimes drive around in the morning and do the morning vlog that way. We could watch the beautiful scenery while we do that. I think it'll be pretty cool. I don't know how it would be, but yeah, I would actually like doing that, to be honest. It's a little nice stress-free environment. Let's see what else. Yeah, some of you said that you guys think this is my house. This is not my house. This is a little office I found. And this is from my Patreons, and I do thank my Patreons for this. I found this place for around $300 a month, around $450 with bills, water, depending. You know, these lights take a lot. I can't afford LEDs right now, but it's fine. My Patreons cover that up. I get a couple cash left over. Usually I use the extra cash to do most of the shipping for the giveaways. And about the giveaways, I do apologize for being so late. These past 2 months have been very hectic for me with my son and everything, my newborn son, and doctors, but everything has calmed down now. So everything will be shipped out before the end of this month, and the announcing of the new winners also. I do have everything set up. All the winnings are on that table there. So every time I come in, I always see it, and then I have not forgotten about you guys, and I do apologize for that. To be honest, the reason why I didn't send it is because I didn't have the money to send all of those. That's the dropped it honest truth. I'm not saying this to feel bad for me. That's why I couldn't send it. I had to use the cash for my son. So that's the reason. But they're right there. I haven't done anything with them. And every morning I come in, I say I have to send them. So basically most of the Patreon this month will go for sending all of those out. Probably around $200, I think, or so. I could figure it out. I could just go weigh everything and get the exact number. And I think I don't want to, you know, many of you said, I'll pay for the shipping. It doesn't feel good to make you pay for the shipping. You're already giving me enough, you know. That just doesn't feel right. For me, at least, it doesn't feel right, you know. That's why I didn't accept that. I know some of you really wanted it, and that's why I wanted to pay shipping. And I do apologize for making you wait, but I just don't want to make you pay for shipping. I really don't. It's the least I could do. And let's see what else. So I'm looking for a new soldering station, because I might bring someone in to help me, you know. I have a couple friends who say, hey, we want to come just chill, learn, help you out. So that'll be pretty nice. I could get another soldering station. Someone could come help me every once in a while, which is really cool. It's kind of like a little playground here for adults, really. I mean, I have a 3D printer there. I have a CNC machine there. I think that CNC machine costs more than my car. Don't tell my wife. And just a bunch of other things, microscopes and all these things. So it's like a little playground. And yeah, to be honest, sometimes I do wish I'm back in the US. It'll be a lot funner. I could invite some people over and we could do something. It'd be pretty cool. Throw a little party. So that'd be funny. If you're looking for a good cheap charger, dual charger, okay, with balance and whatnot. So this one I did a long time ago, a video on it. So what it does, it's up to a 4S. You can't control the current, okay, but it usually charges at 1C. Okay, so it takes a little bit long. It takes 1 hour to charge basically a battery. And it's a 2, 3, and a 4S LiPo. So it takes both. You know, you can charge it from here and here at the same time. So make sure it gets everything right. Now I don't know the type of. I think it does balance charging. And it's very simple to use. You choose the channel. So if you're on channel 2, you click that. So what I'm trying to say is this one has held up very long, and I still use it to this day. So I use this one. I use that Quattro one with the Bluetooth enabled thing. It's like a 4-channel one, because I don't do parallel charging. And I actually use this thing, which they stopped making. It's called the Gemini 2100 Eachine Gemini. This was my first charger. This guy. And I love this guy. He's so rugged. Look at him. You could carry him. And what's so cool is what I do is up here, I just make alligator clips and I connect it to my car's battery. And I just start charging. So, because I didn't want to take the other one because it's too expensive. But then after a while, I just got sick of it because it takes too long, 2 batteries at a time. I just started taking that big one. I don't even know. Oh, it's in my backpack. It's one of the backpacks somewhere. Let's see. What else do we have? I don't know. I have no idea. What do you guys want to see? So I'm going to do this thing here. I don't know if I should do all of them in one video. The solder paste with hot air, the solder paste, the soldering iron, and then just a solder and a soldering iron. And then removing stuff. So I think we'll start with this here. And something to take note about this, which is really important. When you do this, okay, pretend, I mean, in the beginning, you might not have to, but pretend that you have the tiniest limited amount of space to watch where your hand is going, because in reality, you're going to have capacitors, resistors, diodes, other ICs next to you, a voltage regulator next to you. You have to be very careful not to touch those. And what is it called? Kapton tape. I need to get some. I don't have any. That would be very useful with these things, so you don't heat up other components, push other components off, and all these things. Now, it is highly recommended you get some kind of at least a cheap hot air thing. You don't have to get a whole station, just a cheap hot air gun. It'll work just fine. I'll leave a link to one down below. I'll also purchase it too. So so if it was crap, then I will also purchase one too, if that makes anything better. But usually they're fine. Nothing really happens with those. So yeah, I'll probably get one of those, even though I have one, but I'll just get another one just in case. And then the one I'm gonna recommend, because I haven't used it, so I'll get one also myself. And then if it turns out good, then I could truly recommend it with confidence and what is it? Yeah, confidence and full trust into the product. And yeah, well, that's really it right now. So yeah, back to the BLE Beacon Finder V2. I'm looking on Banggood right now. I'm gonna see if I could find a cheap Android watch, and then I'm gonna go ahead and probably purchase it and wait for it to arrive, make a little review on it, see if how decent it is. Obviously I'm gonna try to get something like really lowish, so if you get anything better, it'll work even better. So that's how I used to program. I would, like, for a company, if they had a bunch of Android boxes that they needed a software for, I'd get the crappiest one first. If I can make it on the crappiest, I can make it work on everything else. So that's the way I go about doing it, because a lot of things that have to work fast, when you program it on a very strong, processor, very strong, a good set-top box, a good Android box, you could put the ugliest, most inefficient code in it and it'll just eat that thing up right away. But when you go down to stuff that's not very, even the OS on it from the manufacturer is crap, and the processor isn't as good, the RAM isn't enough, then you really have to think about how to execute things. You don't want to keep things in the background running, and you just have to be very efficient with the way you do it. So I think that's a good starting point. I'm just going to apply that knowledge into this project. So because it seems very nice, actually, really nice. Obviously it'll increase the price of the Beacon Finder, but we can also do an Android version of the Beacon Finder. Maybe 3D print a watch or something. But yeah, that'd be pretty, I don't know, we'll see what we're gonna do. I have no idea. What else? Well, I think that's it for the morning, guys. So let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you in a couple hours. Peace out, guys.